you just doing it up. Okay. Now I feel you.
I have not secured such houses. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Okay. If only we all could move that way, you know.
Wait.
It's one thing. Look, it's one thing when you walk in.
I have not secured such houses. You know what I'm saying? We're alive. So.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, if only we all could move that way, you know. Why is it so? Why is everything so delayed?
No, I had my YouTube. I had to mute my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
All right, so who's watching? You got one watching.
These headphones so I can hear better.
Man, you're rude.
Sorry, man.
Hold on. Well, let me welcome the people. Welcome to RVA Rap Elite Podcast. This is the episode 27 recap. My name is Radio B. Got Spielberg, Nicholas F. We're just so happen to be also the Rap Elite Open Cipher judges.
Yep.
While we're here, let's give it up for everybody. Episode 27.
Hello, y'all.
Yeah. The cipher was crazy, wild, competitive. The battles were dope.
Yep.
There was, ciphers outside, all types of things were going down. The culture definitely won. The vibes were dope. We moved into the loft area at Hofheimer, out of the dark room to get some more space for everybody. And that went well. Shout out to Tone Red. Tone Red won the open cipher.
Hello, Tone.
Crazy. And we're going to talk about the individuals that stood out and the different things that occurred during the cipher. Definitely going to chop that up. How Tone Red was able to secure his win. This guy is over there super gassy, man.
Sorry, man. It's drinking these carbonated beverages, man.
Podcast, man.
Sorry about that, man.
But yeah, so we're gonna chop it up about all of that. Let's see if we can get some folks tuned in real quick. I'm gonna send this link out. See Big B. Shout out to Big B. He's already here.
What up?
Shout out.
Hold on, man.
I'm doing the share joint now myself.
All right, let's see. We got four folks watching. So where do we want to start? Open cipher.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull up our top 10.
I got them right here.
Yep.
Want to shout those guys out while I share this?
Yeah. We'll go from 10 to 1. So 10 was Money Waters. 9 was Shalicia Sanders. 8 was Stick the Scribe. 7 was Side G. 6 was Trig, 5 was Rossetti, 4 was King Fizzle, 3 was Prize, 2 was 804 Rel, and 1 was Tone Red. In a nice sudden death too. They both were prepared for that. It was dope.
Sudden death between Key Speech and Tone Red.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So you know what I'm looking at? Hold on. You know what doesn't make sense? I'm looking at this chart. Oh, never mind. Hold on. My bad, you guys. Hold on. My bad. Let me reread that top 10.
Yeah.
That was wrong because I wasn't reading the top 10. I had the wrong thing up. I was looking at the teams in the order in which they got drafted.
Yeah.
Right. So let me reread that. Sorry. So 10 was Jason, 9 was Kula Von Sil, 8 was Big B, 7 was King Fizzle, 6 was Stick the Scribe, 5 was Rossetti, 4 was Cy G, 3 was 804 Rel, 2 was Key Speech, and 1 was Tone Red. I knew something seemed off about that. So yeah.
I was that was
yeah.
And then links
the wrongs going on.
I wasn't paying attention. But yes, it was definitely crazy. I guess what we can definitely do is start by talking
I like this performance to draft selection stat. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the chance to study the stat sheet. Matter of fact, let me pull that up on another screen. Also, today we signups for episode 28. Right now, we have 21 participants. We have 9 slots left only. So shout out to everyone that's already signed up for episode 28. Rapidly Madness signups have begun as well. So if you're watching this,
I'm excited about that.
Shoot us an email to let us know you want to be a part of that. It's completely free of charge to be a part of it. I think it's going to be interesting to see those who are participating actively in the open cipher that also choose to be a part of Rapidly Madness, because it definitely
it helps.
Well, I don't know if it helps. It adds to the workload for sure, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because in addition to preparing and making sure that you have your bars down for the open cipher, you also have to the bars for Rapidly Madness, and getting your videos done and stuff like that. But what I will say though is winning Rapidly Madness, I think, does definitely play well into your chances for MVP. Also, there's certain, there's a cash prize, $200 cash prize. There's free piece from Mama Jo's collection. You get your access to the open site for the rest of the season included. Also, you get the free studio session with Michael Millions as well. So everything that comes along with winning an open cipher plus $200 will go to the Madness. Also, a performance slot at RVA Rapidly, a live performance slot sometime this season will be also something that the winner will be able to take advantage of. So it's definitely worth putting that work in. The other thing is, it's a whole lot of buzz that comes with the Rap Elite Madness. It's a lot of energy, a lot of eyes,
Definitely.
a lot of people pay attention.
Uh-oh.
Give him a second to come back. Oh, we got Wi-Fi router connection over there, man.
Boost mobile connection.
Come on, man.
The master ceremony. Oh God.
Let's see. I'll wait a few minutes, man. Wait a little bit before we hit the reset on that, right?
You back? You good? Oh nah.
Thought I heard some garbling. I'm gonna shoot him a text message.
Oh no, it should be good now. Look like he's starting to move.
All right.
Good.
Is it? I mean,
Straight?
y'all been back for a minute.
Oh, nah, we haven't seen you.
Yeah.
I'm back.
But you're back.
Yeah, you good.
All right. All right. So we got 8 folks watching.
Peace, y'all.
All right, so let's get into the top 10. Let's chop it up about the top 10.
Yo, before we go to the top 10, was there anybody from like the 11 through 28 ranking that surprised y'all? As far as like you notice like any improvements?
Definitely wanted to get into. Should we go there first? Or should we start?
Yeah, why not? That's a good talking point.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of people worth talking about. Let's see. Also, shout out to Team Randy Wilson for winning the championship and not winning the championship, but winning that episode, led by Tony Red, but also rounded out with Kula Von Seal, who put up good numbers in that particular episode. She had a 23.5, and also Enormous, who had a 19. I think that was his best performance as well so far.
He did good.
Very good.
All right, so speaking of Enormous, I think that was obviously, like I said, definitely his best performance so far. I think, the major difference was this was the first time that I feel like he stuck to his written. In the past, he's always kind of just went straight into freestyling, or started out with his written and then quickly jumped into the freestyling. It definitely made a big difference. I agree. For him, and I think that he was able to get his message across. I think that's the important piece that the MCs have to always keep in mind, is that there's some type of point when you're writing. There's some type of point that you're trying to establish, whether it be storytelling, whether it be just establishing a certain level of dominance with your pen or whatever. But there's some type of point that you're trying to get to, and when you're able to stick to your written and get your written out, then that point gets established. You know what I mean? So with the freestyling, it's difficult for us to judge. I try to tell this series of MCs, we have a number of freestylers, and I always tell them when they ask for advice about bettering the scores, is that it's very difficult for me to give you advice on better your scores when you're freestyling, because there isn't any everybody's method to get to the freestyle pocket is different. You know what I'm saying? You're right, you know, how you're thinking, you're you know, there's no way for me to tell you how to freestyle better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then to add on to that, it's like, as a judge, me personally, I'm looking to hear your rapping ability and your writing ability, right? So it's like a lot of the times with freestylers, you don't get like a well thought out thought. They're quick thoughts, right? And so it's only going to be but so impressive. What ends up being impressive about the freestyle is the fact that it's coherent, that it's rhyming well, and that it stays on beat. But in terms of saying anything that's actually impressive or mind-blowing or make you go back and think about it, it's very rare that you're going to get that in a freestyle. And it just is what it is. Like freestyling, and it's not to diminish it, but to me, they're kind of like party tricks, right? It's something you do when you're in a party and everybody's around and you want to do something to get people excited, drunk people excited, you know, easily excited, right? But so to me, it's more like a party trick than an actual thing that impresses me in any sort of actual real way.
Right, especially when you're standing on a stage, you got a microphone in your hand.
And it's not a battle.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because at that point, unless you're freestyling about things that we can see, you know, you're utilizing the environment around you, you're utilizing the moments around you. That's the only way that you can be impressive in a, you know, in that type of environment. If you're just kind of rambling off, it's just like having a speech, a written speech, and you go off on, you know, a tangent, but the tangent doesn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have any key points. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to fall flat.
And to build on what you said about this taking advantage of the room or moments, like there has been Fizzle one off of a freestyle, right?
Yeah.
And what he did though, what was so genius about it, and the reason it worked is because he utilized things in the freestyle in the room that everybody could be in on, you know. And so that's how you do it if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, you've got to make
and
a
you
moment
gotta
out
punch.
Of it. That's right.
You gotta throw punches still. Like you gotta punch.
Yes. And that's the advantage of a freestyle. You know, when Fizzle did that, all the MCs that were behind him, when they were coming with their writtens, they felt kind of like disarmed. You know what I'm saying? They're like, shit, I don't know how to beat that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there is advantages to being able to freestyle, but you have to do something amazing. Yeah. If you don't do anything, it's going to be below average. There's no in between. You know what I'm saying? There really is no in between. Either you're doing something memorable or you're doing something that no one cares about. That's kind of
like homie that was passing the mic out to everybody in the crowd and was getting them to you know, give them a word or whatever, and he was rhyming off that. Remember, we was in Champion, I think, when that happened.
It's James.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing. He was able to be because he, you know, that had people throwing him the words. You know what I'm saying? But there's risk in that too, because because you have people that throwing you the words too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're off rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't get your punches out because they want you on to the next word. You know what I'm saying? They're not even paying attention to what you're rapping anymore. So it's a lot of stuff that comes. There's a lot of risk that comes with freestyling, and every now and then somebody pops in to that Zen mode, and that's when something special happens. But it ain't something you want to gamble with, especially in a competition like this with such great writers. Let's see, other MCs. Let's see. I
want to mention D-Show. I thought he was killing it. And I really liked his verse. he went to the part where he started rapping in Spanish. And I was trying to catch as much of it as I possibly can. I think if you're gonna do that, you will want to like hop back in to some English at some point. If only if you're concerned with the judging, right? Because I can't judge what I don't know. So like the score that I could give him was only based on what I was able to pick up, you know. But I think that's very impressive. Some of my favorite rappers currently right now can hop in and out of that bag. And so I think it's really dope. It's a tool to use. And also, if you're going to do that, you might want to think about doing it a little bit more surface level so that it can be a bit easier for people to catch who aren't fluent in Spanish. But that's only if you are concerned with, you know, the score and that reaction from people, you know, who might not be privy to it.
Right. No, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I think that he stayed on the Spanish. He started into the Spanish too long. I think it's like one of those things, you're gonna hop in, you gotta hop in and hop out. But he stayed on there to the point where it's like, yo, this is impressive, but I don't know what you're saying. So it's hard for me to give you too many points on that because I can't verify what you're saying. If somebody was to say like, what was so impressive about it, I couldn't tell them. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it very difficult for me to score above a certain point. Although what you might be kicking some like, you might have been kicking the craziest Spanish bars.
Yeah. Could have been killing that joint. I don't know. It sounded good though. It sounded good. The cadence was nice.
Right. You just got to know your crowd though. You know what I'm saying? You have to know your crowd. You know that you have some bilingual judges, and by all means, you know what I'm saying? But if you either don't know that or know you don't, then you want to keep that as a trick, just like freestyle.
Double dutch it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hop in, hop out.
Hop in and hop out.
Yeah.
But I had this. Dub T was dope. I think he's, you know, I don't think that was his best. I think that kind of like he was a little subdued. He didn't have the energy that we've seen in some instances in the past. I feel like he was a little more subdued, like a little more laid back. He still had the crazy word in the flow, but it just didn't have that spark. So I would like to see like a little bit more aggression, a little bit more like pizzazz from Dusty to go along with the lyrics.
I agree. Because he does have he definitely has one of my favorite pens. I feel like from a technical standpoint, with just his ability to rhyme multiple syllables and phrases and stuff, I think he has a high level pen. It's just, you know, it's just delivery as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you just sharpening all facets of it. But he's a great writer, man. I really enjoy his raps, to be honest with you. I'm always smiling when he's rapping, yo. It's just it's good.
All right, so yeah, always dope. She took a unique approach. She had the hook, you know, the singing hook, Madam V. She had the singing hook, but I know she said that she was struggling with Cottonmouth for this performance, and you know, I've definitely experienced that. So, you know, and I let you know, and probably the worst time ever I you know got with Cottonmouth, you know, on URL, and you know, you just had you know, one of those things you kind of got to bounce back, and I was able to like utilize that to my favor in third round my second round got cut short because of it. My third round, I was able to bring that back and use it in a freestyle to my favor. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things for her. It's like, you didn't have that opportunity to do that then, but definitely, come back next month and just, wear that chip on your shoulder from that, and use it in your energy and your advantage going into this next episode. Let's see, who else? LIP. That was LIP's first one. I thought he did dope. I thought he had really good wordplay. I think his performance could have stepped up a little bit. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say his pen is dope. His pen was good. I think the only thing with him is just like smoothing the delivery out some, and just so that it comes across a little bit clear. But the writing is good for sure.
Most definitely. Bakari Kennedy, he was dope. Once again, the wordplay is always dope with him. He's very lyrical. I think he was also a little laid back as well, though. I feel like we could have got some more energy from him that would have given us a little bit more to go with as far as the score is concerned. I think it would have put some more punctuation on his rhymes. His rhymes were crazy, but I think he just needed more conviction, a little bit more punctuation on those bars. Projection 2.
What was that, Bakari?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You think? I think he was just ready for the battle. You think?
Yeah. I think whenever you got double duty, it's definitely it's always gonna play a part. It can be distracting. It can definitely cause you to not be at your best.
Salute to Rossetti for that too.
Facts.
Run the place at 5 and then do a 3-rounder. Definitely salute to him.
Super salute to him for that. Right. Salute to him for that. Let's see. So who else? Jamal. I thought Jamal had a fire verse. Like he had some bars. I wish I could have took some physical notes to be able to speak on.
He killed it.
Bars. He definitely you talking about a guy that's up in age, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I ended up having a whole talk with him after the event, and it was inspiring to hear that because I didn't know that. We had a nice little talk after. He's dope for sure.
Yeah, very, very dope. I feel like I hope that he continues to show up because I think the more he does it, he'll start to really shake some of that rust off too, and he'll start being a player. The more he's involved. I mean, he did what he was number
14.
14. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
First time on the platform,
with
right?
With the score of a 23.5. Not bad. Hold on. No, 22.
22.
With a 22, that's good though.
Yeah. Nah, it's a really good score. So we can just go straight up from there. Shalicia Sanders. She's always, Mel's always consistent. I don't think this was her best performance necessarily, but it was potent nonetheless. She definitely was getting her point across. She definitely was performing. at a high level. Obviously by her placement here with 13. And she's just consistent, man. Like, she's always going to give you exactly what you came for. I think that we could see her push her pen a little harder in this particular episode. But we've seen it. It's not something that we haven't seen. I just think that this particular episode didn't push her pen quite as hard as she has in the past, and I'm sure she will in the future. So shout out to Shalicia Sanders for that. At number 12, we have Money Waters. Money Waters is becoming real consistent. He's just got that energy, you know what I'm saying? Just he give you that raw where you just, it's a feel. It's definitely a feel that comes with it. It gives you that that mixtape vibe, that late 90s, early 2000s vibe. I think once again, he's pushed his pen a little harder before than this particular week. But he was definitely dope. Definitely dope. Simone J, number 11. Okay. Super salute to her. I see a lot of growth. A lot of growth in her. She was another MC that would always default to her freestyle. That was not, she would write and then she would forget quickly and hop into a freestyle. But the last 2 episodes, she stuck to her written. And this time she, added some performance. She throwing the money out, and you know what I'm saying? Like she really brought that energy. Yeah. And that's one thing she's always had. She's always had the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like she's always had confidence in that energy. So it's like, if she can now put that into her well-crafted written, then, I think she'll really have something. I think she does still need to work on pushing her pen. We need a little bit more in the bar.
I would like to
hear. We need some more
punches.
I would just like to hear more technicals. It doesn't even necessarily have to be punches. If it's just showing more in the rhyme schemes or the amount that you're rhyming, in terms of syllable. I would like to see that step, and then I think for peripheral I think that a lot. Let me say this: a lot of MCs do that well here, right? But I think for some of them, I think that's a basic thing that all MCs should try to tackle. Rhyming multiple syllables. It automatically sounds good to the ear, and it automatically piques the interest of people who do that and who are in the know of that. So,
right. No, absolutely. I mean, it's a cornerstone to lyricism. Really in reality, after a certain point in the era, in the history of rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like the more we get into this, the more that is common space. So it's almost like a prerequisite at this point.
Yeah.
You want credit for your
raps. I don't think people always, but I honestly don't think people all know it though. I don't think people are necessarily always aware of it, and sometimes it might just need to be spelled out to somebody, like this is what you're listening to sometimes, with certain MCs. So yeah, that's just a thing to throw out there.
I agree 100%. Jason,
he's fired.
Yeah. The thing is, what I think with Jason too, is once again, it's for him, it's his confidence and his projection and like he cuts through, whatever distraction. You're gonna pay attention to Jason.
Facts.
I still think that he could push his pen a lot harder. As far as like things that he, it's like he'll give you like a couple of really cool tricks or punches within his verse, or lyrical things within his verse, but he doesn't really focus on that a whole lot. And I would like to see him focus on that a bit more. I think that's what would take him over the edge right now. If he continues to perform the way that he's writing, he'll stay right where he's at or possibly lower, because there's folks that are under where he is right now that
could trump him.
Definitely. If he does not, he does not need to peak where he is, which I don't think he will. I think he was very inspired by his position this time, and one of the first things that he said is that next month he's coming to win. I've never heard Jason say that. He's never.
I like that talk.
He's the
talk spicy. I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason's always very humble. It's like I would, if I come in the chat, I'm like, yo, who gonna win? You know what I'm saying? Jason's like, yeah, well, I'm coming to do my best. That was always Jason's response. Like, I'm coming to do my best. And this was the first time that I heard him say that he's coming to win. So I'm excited to see how he plans to go about doing that. He's locked in for the next episode, so we'll definitely get an opportunity to see what approach he takes. Number 9, Kula Von Seal. Now, this was definitely Kula's best performance. Top 10. She showed a lot of confidence. She's really brings a lot of personality to the stage. Very like entertaining, punches. She definitely does that. Sometimes she'll tell stories, but she does punches. The wittiness. She's her. I'm saying. And
he froze again.
Watch him. Energy.
Watch him say it was us. No.
Wait, can you hear me? I'm frozen.
You good. Now you straight. You back now, but you was frozen, and Spielberg was like he frozen again. I was like, yeah, watch him say it was us though.
Oh nah. I wish I would. I keep getting that my connection is unstable. So.
Hold on 1 second. That's my daughter. Let me click over real quick. I'll be back.
You're gonna be
all right.
Need to hardwire your joint. What you got? So back on, we was left off on Kula, and another thing for Kula is that she does plug in on how she want, how can she get better, to get a better score. So she's always about that. And same with Simone Jade. I forgot to jump in on that one, where she's always asking, what she could do to get better. So shout out to the ladies, man.
Most definitely. That's a little gang right there.
Yeah, facts. Squad. I think Kula did a very good job. She was really just consistent. There weren't a whole lot of like dry spots in her verse, and I think that's once again, as far as her wanting to up, to get higher scores from this point, I would just still say, just it's still a little bit with the pen work and the bars. I think it would help her too, adding syllabic rhyming, adding some more syllables and rhyme schemes to what maybe punching a little bit more. There's definitely a few things that she
she can add into the mix there that will raise her score even more than where it was. But she's got a lot of the cornerstones of what it takes to be successful in the cipher down.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Kula for the growth on that. Let's see.
Big B.
Big B.
Next,
Big B, number 8. Big B is
Great
consistent. You kind of know what you're gonna get from Big B. Gonna give you punches. He's gonna have rhyme schemes. Every now and then he switches the flow up.
Well, see, that's what I
think that's one of the only.
Well, that's what I was gonna say that I felt was better about his verse this time. Specifically, was that he was switching the flows and the cadences up. It was like it was obvious that that's what he was doing and set out to do. And I think it came across well. I think generally he stays on the beat like at a constant pace, but I think he switched it up and was jumping in different bags, and that's something that I personally appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, one of the things that regardless of which way he raps is one of the things that keeps Big B score above average is that he does look to punch often in his verses. So he's always saying something clever that catches your ear. Like, oh, I gotta, gotta give him credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give him credit for this one. So that's always a thing that I think separates him from a lot of MCs is that, he has in his mind that he's going to say something in his raps that that you're going to, that another MC or, the crowd can react to, some of those punches better than others, but there's always some good ones in there. Number 7, King Fizzle. King Fizzle, man. Consistent. I love the flow that he took.
Uh-oh, he froze again.
You said you like the flow he took.
Right.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Kinda. Well, look, I'll say Fizzle killed it this week.
Right.
Fizzle killed it, man. Always shout out to Fizzle, yeah. Like I'm always excited to hear what he's gonna do, man. He's one of the elite rappers in Rap Elite. So
facts. Hey, he's back. Are you good, man?
Vibe check.
Am I back?
You're back.
On my screen, y'all are still frozen, but if y'all can see me, then I switched the internet joint that I was on. So hopefully this one stays.
All right, throw in your last little tidbit for Fizzle, yo.
Yeah, so Fizzle, man, like I just love the rhyme schemes that he chose and just like the different little things that he was doing, like the stutter in the beginning of his words and obviously like lyrically he's always super potent, too much to even catch in the moment, you know what I'm saying? But he had a certain tenacity this time I felt that really cut through. And I look forward to watching that verse back. Definitely look forward to that.
One thing we should look into doing sometimes is going back. Oh, I'll talk to you about it off.
I have a couple of ideas about how we can prepare a little bit better for these recap joints. So the next one that we do, Just know we'll have some guests come on and also we'll have some other things in place to give you guys a better recap experience for those that were not there. Let me see here. So
Describe next.
Stick to Scribe, which I think he's been tuned in. Stick to Scribe, man. Consistent.
Yeah.
Wordplay is always crazy. The rhyme schemes are always dope. Lyrical potency, the flows, just the way he approaches the stage. He has the stage. But it's the lyrics, man. It's the lyrics. It's like he shows penmanship, and he shows like this a certain level of confidence in those rhymes, you know what I'm saying? So he's one of those guys that is difficult to knock him out of the top 10 or the top whatever, you know.
He projects well too, man.
He does.
Absolutely.
He's a good actual rapper.
Right. He's a guy that has already kind of figured out his space in this pantheon of rap. And so it comes across, when he's on stage. So shout out to Stick to Scribe for that. Let's see, now we're in our top 5.
Yeah, top 5 that are alive.
Rossetti.
Boss.
He came up to rap on Sunday, man.
He did.
Period. He came to rap all day.
All day. Straight up.
He said he was coming in to make a point. He did it. He's consistent with the punches. It's one thing about Rossetti, man. He punches hard. He's confident. He shows a lot of character. But like I said, it's when you're in a cipher, man, a lot of it is what you're saying, and those punches definitely play a big part. You know what I'm saying? Punchlines are something that always stands out in a cipher, because you want to please the crowd. You want to get reactions out of the people that are watching. You know what I'm saying? So, the punchliners are always the ones in it. Even in a cipher on the street, the punchliners are typically the guys that are going to
get the reaction.
They're going to be the ones memorable. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the guys that make you say, "Whoa!" Like, yo, he said da 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 da. That's what you want to happen. And Rossetti, that's his goal when he writes. He writes with that in mind, and brashness. He likes to
talk shit.
He likes to talk shit.
Establish his position.
Right.
He's a character. He's constantly working on establishing what his character is, who his character is, and what you can expect from Rossetti.
Definitely making a name for himself.
Which means he understands branding.
Exactly.
Very much so.
He does. You can see that with his
which I appreciate.
With his album artwork, and everything that he does, he definitely has a purpose with what he's doing, and it's working for him. Shout out to him. He's been consistently getting plays on Hot 97.
Yes. That's a salute to you, Rossetti. For real.
Salute to Rossetti. He's doing. And we'll talk more about Rossetti when we get into the battles. Number 4, our defending champion from the season finale, Cy G.
Yes, sir.
Cy G, man, he's found a sweet spot.
Yes.
He's rare. Yes. He's in his bag, man.
He's in his bag right now.
He takes these times to pause in between his work. Scary to me sometimes, because I'd be like not knowing if he's going to pick up with the same momentum that he took that pause with, and he does though. So it's like now it's just becoming part of his style, which makes his rhymes more interesting. Like a little signature thing that he's doing with that.
Yes.
But he's working, in those spaces. Like it's kind of like that, kind of like those the flow that that Drake used on the Lemon Pepper freestyle. Where he's working and then he takes these pauses.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the same energy that I.
That's that. But Reddy, you remember that time I was talking to you about that flow pattern specifically?
Yeah.
That like years ago, I was talking about that flow pattern. Yeah, and it works. Yeah, like that. This is a secret I'm not going to talk about on here yet, but radio knows what I'm talking about, and it's a flow pattern that certain people understand and use. Yeah, and yes, 100%.
Definitely, the confidence. He's also a person that's kind of like developing his character, like of who he is to the site.
He definitely has a character. That's what I like.
He talks about things that are relevant to the platform.
Amen.
He's consistent with that, and I think that gives him a certain air of superiority because that's how he speaks to it from. He speaks to it. Like y'all be, I woke up in the morning, y'all in the chat talking about blah blah blah. Like that's like his, that's.
I really like that.
Like he talked about how, he got some play off the Mama Joe's shirt that he won off the last episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just those little things. Now I might be biased to that line, obviously, but I will say it's just those little details that will separate it.
And just him doing that, it kind of catapulted him into the top 10. So it's definitely, the change up is definitely progressed him thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, so I look forward to seeing how he continues to progress with that. His verses are very entertaining. All right, so
804 Rail.
When you talk about consistency, man, this guy is he's just so consistent. He's like when it's all said and done, if he didn't win, you kind of like want to go back and like listen to his verse again just to make sure you didn't miss some shit, because he really be rapping at a high level all the time. You know what I'm saying?
He be doing the shit that niggas is looking for. Right. Does he, like, from a technical standpoint, he's doing all of those things.
And he's so Richmond though. You know what I'm saying? He's so, you know what I'm saying? Like it definitely has that good, but it's like all the technical things that here for it, doing those well. So he has the potential to win
MVP
any given time, any episode. He definitely so he's always a live contender. And I mean, shit, since he's been in, I don't even know that he's dropped below
5.
Definitely not below 5.
Wow.
Every episode. Yeah. Every episode he's been in.
Yeah. He's always either sudden death or just missed sudden death by like 0.5 this time. You know what I'm saying?
Every time.
Is this the only one he missed?
I don't know.
Outside of him being on his first episode?
Shit, he was sudden death in his first episode, I think.
Yeah.
Right. I think this might be the only one that he missed.
Might be.
Yeah.
Might be. Like, so shout out to 804 Rail, man. Like, when I say consistent, I mean consistent.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been anyone as consistent as him since, like, only people that I say would be in his consistency realm is Tone,
Will Young,
Basic, Will Young, and Vintage.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you know, those are the people that when I say like, yo, you can always expect them to probably be right there in sudden death or win the episode.
Right.
He's one of those people. And he's done it very quickly. Like, so I always look for him to be a threat. So our two guys that went to sudden death. So Key Speech, number 2. Man, listen.
That nigga was crazy, yo. Yo.
At 24.
Son was crazy, Son was crazy. I never heard of him before. And he is crazy. He wilded out, yo.
No, you heard him once before. He was he was in one of the last episodes of the last season, and we were saying how, you know.
I do remember him. Yes, I do remember him. I remember him. Yeah. Dang, yeah, I remember that episode.
This time he really came. It's like one of the, like, he's another 757 guy, you know what I'm saying? It's like they done passed it over to him. Like, those guys, there's something
in the water.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely something in the water.
Yeah. Them boys are rapping, man.
They all know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, when one signs up, you can see they be right up under the comments, like, oh yeah, they go my guy. Like, you know, he's definitely from their lineage.
I want to call out some of the things that were super impressive to me about him is, and I think he put on the most elite display of it this episode is his wordplay and his technical writing ability, like from a technical standpoint. And look, I guess I'll just be the technicals guy, right? Because I'm always saying that, but it's the thing that perks my ear the most. And like, from that standpoint, like, yeah, I was top notch. It was top notch writing and construction. It was a top notch construction of a rap. And that's always been my thing, the construction of a rap, how it's put together, how it's built, has always been impressive to me. He did a great job of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, I agree 100%. Like, and then, you know, just the whole 24 scheme, y'all gonna have to catch that on the episode when it drops.
Crazy.
It was extremely impressive, well thought out, well executed.
He's definitely a problem.
Because that was addressing his last score.
Right.
Exactly.
Is that what that was? Yeah, that was what I thought. Yeah. It was so fire, yo. So fire.
Like, it was like a lot of things that he threw into this one central number. You know what I'm saying? Like, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. I definitely, like I said, I gave him a 10. So big salute to Key Speech. Tone Red.
Mm-hmm.
Tone Red got up there and was Tone Red. You know, he brought it, that energy, the punches.
That was Tone Red on 100.
Yes.
The personality.
Yeah. That was final form Tone Red right there. Yeah.
Well, you know what the big difference is? I would say, and the crazy thing is, I don't think that was his best first round. It was obviously a fire first round because it got the highest score.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's even had better first rounds. But what separated him this particular episode from other episodes,
preparation
for that sudden death.
That sudden death was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
In the other episodes, he didn't load the gun up really for the sudden death.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He would give you a lot in the first round, but the sudden death would be kind of lackluster or average. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And in this instance, the sudden death was even better than the first round. Like, he was punching
crazy.
Performance. They did the baby boy jump.
He was in his bag, yo. He was on one. Like, that.
Yeah, the Mama Joe's.
When Tone Red, dog. When he comes like that, yo, he's gonna be hard to beat, yo. Just because he punched. The punch count is high. the landing stats, the stats for landing punches are high.
Yes.
And then you just mixing character, good projection, and all of that on top of it as a total package is hard to beat,
Crowd of people.
You know what I'm saying? When he's on like that, when he's on 100 like that, like it's going to be hard to beat,
It's because these are the things, these are the cornerstones to standing out in a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are certain things. No, go ahead.
And this is the thing too, Tone Red is from the era.
Right.
Like, and I had the pleasure of knowing, like talking to him this month and found out some like close history that we had in proximity. And it just gave me a whole new level of respect for him. Just his tenure out here, his tenure in this and doing this. He's from the era. Like that's an official cipher rapper from the era, from our era for sure.
Right. From when you actually were out in the street ciphering, you know what I'm saying? Like, see that?
Yeah,
like,
he is true representation of that.
It's just in him, like like his whole energy is like, it's almost to the point where like someone would say that it's a dated style because it's so suited for that time.
Specific.
You know what I'm saying? It's so time frame specific, like just a lot of the way that he goes about it. But in this setting, when he's clicking, it's perfect. It's nothing more that you would ask for from an MC in that space. You know what I'm saying? So I was definitely super impressed, but I was most impressed by how well he prepared.
That sudden death was hit, bro.
Man, like it was like one of those things where I got on stage to announce scores, and it was like a given at that particular point. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have to. And Key Speech had a dope sudden death verse. It wasn't like his sudden death verse wasn't good. It was definitely good.
Right.
It just was just not enough.
Nah.
For what Tone was.
Tone had. Yeah.
Can y'all see or hear me at all?
Yeah, you good.
You went away for a second. You're there.
Huh? Can you see me? I can't see y'all guys, but I can hear you. Okay, I just see Spielberg now. All right, I guess I had a little connection issue, but I was hearing you. Yeah.
But yeah, like and when just like you said, when Tone is on that level, it's going to be very difficult to.
Right.
So,
but to be honest, had Key Speech had a sudden death round like his first round, he could have won that. Like,
or at least he would have pushed it to another.
Or he would have pushed it to another. Yeah, because he like what he did in his first round was just like it was supreme. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely supreme. I ended up giving them both the same score for their first round. But I think like it was just like with another one of those, it could have definitely at least gone another round, if not one.
Absolutely.
Because I was impressed, super impressed.
I agree 100%. In fact, yeah, I think we already got. I was making sure that I already announced Key Speech for this particular one. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man, to see what happens going forward, man. Because
I definitely want to see more. He's crazy. I want to see more of these, all of these guys. To be honest, like I can't wait for the next episode just to see what happens next. Because I think people are really starting to carve their lanes, and coming into who they are and establishing that within the building. And I think that's just creating an interesting dynamic.
It is.
For sure. Now you got, Sneeze signed up for the next episode. So, guys like that.
Sneeze is fine. Only thing you need to do, yo, just stick to the written, yo. Don't forget the written, yo. Don't hit us with the freestyle, yo. Because he's scary, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like he could come through and like he has the skill set to do that.
I don't know that we've ever gotten a full.
We haven't.
No, we haven't.
He's always, but his freestyles are crazy though.
Crazy, yes.
He's one that knows how to do it, knows how to knows what to do.
Yes.
And he does things that are impressive, even from a written standpoint in a freestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he can freestyle like somebody writes, a skilled writer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which that's impressive. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely is. And I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, we see him default to it so frequently is because he knows that, you know, he can do that. But obviously he's a better writer than freestyles will necessarily give him on a particular moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
glad to hear he's doing it, man. That's what's up.
He's pretty focused. It seems like that I always knew that bothered him, you know, not having secured a win on the Rap Elite stage. So we're definitely excited to see him come back. Definitely just excited to see a lot of the same MCs that were in the last episode are back. It's like we have a new school, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the older guys, you know, a lot of vintages, basics, Will Youngs, they're all focused on other things right now. Trademark as well. You know, and now we have like a new school of a new crop of MCs that are are being consistent and trying.
You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to do our own rookies versus vets, man.
Ooh,
Cypher one day, you know.
That would be dope.
For sure.
Dope. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
So
look into that.
I don't think we brought up. Well, we can get into it. Prize. He said that he didn't execute on his cipher that as well as he normally does. He was focused on
the battle,
which definitely understand. So let's get into the battles. Prize and Bakari Kennedy were first. What I feel like it was a dope battle. It was a dope back and forth. It was both of their first battles. So I don't grade too harshly. And I've seen a lot worse first battles. I will say it seemed like from Prize that he was rapping like how he would rap in the cipher. You know what I'm saying? It was like a verse as opposed to like a constructed battle rap round.
Yeah. Battle rap has a whole different cadence. There is a cadence to battle rap.
Right.
And now there are the battle rappers who come in and they weave in different flows and patterns that you might hear on a beat, but those are more skilled battle rappers who understand the original cadence of battle rap, and so I think, that just comes with like practicing, watching, and tapping in to battle rap like that, and this is something you'll pick up on.
Yeah, most definitely. I thought his content was cool though, but definitely need more punches.
Yeah, a lot more punches.
More, either angling or something to be more of an attacking mode than what we got. Bakari Kennedy, I think his was more written like a battle round, but I definitely think we need more conviction. More aggression. I felt like he was.
I think that was on both sides too. It's like you got to remember you're imposing your will basically on the next person, so it's got to look like that.
Right.
Part of what sells battle rap is believability,
right,
and the way it looks on stage, the way it looks to the people watching it. That's a lot of the time how it is. So the energy, arms, movement, confidence, that all plays a part, in how you come across and how the battle looks to the people watching it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to look like you're winning the battle physically, and you want to sound like you're winning it on paper, but physically you want to look like it.
Right. Absolutely. There's a lot in it. You want to make in the room, you want there to be a certain feel. You're gonna want a certain feel to be translated on camera as well when the footage drops. And I felt like both of them were definitely a bit laid back for a battle. We'll be seeing first time though, and like I said, the rhymes were dope. I can't wait to see it back on camera, just for them to be able to see it back on camera. We had the best shooter in the building that you could possibly have, BC.
Shout out
to BC. So they'll be looking good. Yeah, so I look forward to being able to see that. And I right now, if I had to call it, I'd give it to Bakari Kennedy. I just thought that his writing was more potent and had better objectives that were achieved in the writing. But yeah, shout out to both of them. Then we had Basic and IGB. Basic chose to go first. I still will say this: I don't ever agree that choosing to go first in a one rounder is ever a good idea. It didn't matter. It didn't matter at all.
Like, it's okay to do that in a 3-rounder, but 1-rounder is dangerous for sure.
1-rounder is dangerous, and even when you have the better round, it's still not really that great of a thing to do, because you're still leaving. It's still like when the battle ends, you're not getting the energy and momentum that your round might have or should have necessarily garnered. You know what I'm saying? Because the other guy still gets the last word.
Last word, yep.
So, once again, it didn't matter. His round was incredible. He definitely got his redemption, not being fully prepared for the tone battle. And you know, you could tell he put a lot of preparation into the round, into the performance, into the bars. The rhyme schemes were crazy. The attacking was crazy. The angle crazy. The delivery fire. My only critique is I would say that, you know, he could have slowed it down just a little bit, gave a little bit more space between the bars to allow for reaction. So he smothered his work a little bit. But once again, it was just not the setting where that really mattered. It was.
I agree with you.
It was an onslaught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the flip side is IGB. IGB was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope. He had a dope round. It was not, you know, he didn't show like it wasn't weak. It was definitely a good round. You know what I'm saying? I think the whole battle will translate well on camera. But I just he was outgunned in this particular instance. And I think everybody could you know agree that.
Feel that, well, and see the thing is, because IGB, the dope thing about him is that he has a very deliberate delivery, right? So it's not a bunch of words coming at you. Almost a style clash, right? In terms of delivery. So he gives you the deliberate sort of delivery so you can catch it, they hit, but like when you're moving at the pace that Basic was, you're able to get so much done in your amount of time. And it's just like, it just felt like IGB didn't get enough done in his amount of time to be able to make it feel like he won the battle. But he did a great job. You know, it's just like the pacing that Basic had, you know.
No, I agree. It was just it was a lot of tenacity in Basic's approach and just his projection and everything. It was a lot to have to rap after, you know.
I do want to give IGB props on Yo, he's one of the cleanest battle rappers though out there. Like in terms of like the low fit, you feel what I'm saying? Like the fit put together well on stage. My man stays clean. Like, gotta give him props on that, man. The mask was Ralph Lauren. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it adds to the believability, right? You know what I'm saying? So I want to give him a shout out for that.
You know
who sometimes
gonna give him props for that is Rossetti. Rossetti is always talking about, you know,
fashion.
Atlas is dressed.
Well, no, but that's the thing though. That's the thing. Like you, when you go up on stage, that matters too. It helps improving your point. You know what I'm saying? Like looking the part. You know what I mean? Like, so shout out to that, man.
Shout out to that. And then I
just remember that from other battles I seen him in. So that's why I said that.
Right. I mean, you know, shout out to definitely that 914 Mount Vernon. Shout out to the West Cheddar guys. You know, I'm an 804 914 transplant. So, always salute to my 914, my Westchester guys, Mount Vernon specifically.
Shout out
to him for that. And all right, so our main event, Rossetti versus
Habib.
Habib went crazy.
Bruh.
He was on one.
Bruh.
Now listen, so
he was on one.
Bruh.
Rossetti was Rossetti.
Yep.
Right. Rossetti was
killed it.
Definitely was fire. Performed well, had the bars, had the angles. I do think out of all three of Rossetti's performances, this was my least favorite. Now, I don't think he did anything wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think he was dope. He was solid. I think he made a argument that he could have won the second round.
Second was dope.
But I do think it was like what you were seeing that he was doing well. It felt like you've seen it before. It feels like he had peaked in the previous battles, and we were getting a rendition of those peakings. But I also think that his performance was a little more laid back than we've seen in the past.
It felt like it.
At least it felt like
you know. Well, see, I think part of what made it feel kind of that way is like, I feel like Habib seemed to have come in there. It seemed like Habib came in there like with an agenda or a point to prove. Like behind each of his rounds, there seemed to be like a thesis point or like in a something that he was trying to specifically get across. And to me, it seemed like, you know, Rossetti was battling Habib, but it seemed like Habib was proving a point, and he was proving his point more.
Right. And
that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
I clearly understand.
Also, one of the things that I knew was Habib's objective is that I think he knew that if Rossetti was going to beat him anywhere, it was going to be in performance. So I think what he did was elevated his performance in a way that we haven't seen from him before. And I felt like his performance was elevated. His presence was elevated. The way that he moved his body. In my mind, I keep seeing him like elevated. Like I see him like lifting his body up and doing things along with the patterns like that he was using. And then his tone was
alpha. He was straight alpha that whole.
It was alpha. It was commanding, but it was also in an air of superiority.
Yes.
Like God level rap. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, and I think in the past with Habib, one of the things that has stunted his performance is that he approaches battle rap in an angry manner.
Like a dog fight.
Yeah, overly angry. Like it's like he switches personalities in the battle. It's like, because he's really a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not even an angry person in regular life, you know what I'm saying? He's a really a cool dude, but it's like when he gets in battle rap mode, it'd be more like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like he'd really be mad, like, you know what I'm saying, at his opponent.
Football. Once you put the helmet on.
But I think that sometimes that energy can zap you a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it can be off-putting to the crowd, to other people on stage, because they don't know why you're angry necessarily if it doesn't have an impetus to it.
And it can make it could cause static around your point, right? It's like, yeah, it's like if you're trying to convince somebody of something, you'll have a much better chance talking to them in a discernible tone than screaming it at them.
Right.
You know? So
it's the old saying of you get more bees with honey than vinegar. You know? And I feel like I think he brought the honey this time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more like, it also, when you're angry, it reeks of, I'm not as confident.
Facts.
There's a difference
100%.
Aggression and anger. Aggression and anger are not one and the same. They look alike. Your coin is.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Aggression and anger may look alike, but they're not. They don't have always the same reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless that anger comes from a place we can relate to. So it's like if someone does something that causes you to be angry, the crowd gets it, right? And if you use that, it's almost like a freestyle. It's like, yo, you did something, and then I used it. But it's when it seems unwarranted, it's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where he removed that from his performance and got into like the character that goes along with his level of writing. And what the difference was. I think he brought the character to
match it.
Writing. You know what I'm saying? Because he writes very intricate. You know what I'm saying? And he writes from a space of like, yo, I'm on some God MC level, you know what I'm saying? Higher thinking shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he performed it like that this time, where and I haven't seen him have that much poise since his first battle. His first battle against Breeze, it was a certain poise that
I remember that one.
That was like mysterious. You know what I'm saying? This was the actual evolution of that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that same mysterious air. It was like, you know me air. And I feel like that came across really, really well. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, Habib's had a bunch of amazing performances since his first battle. You know, classics. You know, him and Chillum is a bona fide classic. He talked about that. He talked about, you know, how he feels like, and definitely can be said that him and Chillum inspired a lot of the conscious rap that you see in battle rap to this day on a low key. That's very possible. That shouldn't be just slid as something that's just been said. You know, because when that battle took place, there was like it. There had not been a Loso versus B Dot. There was no.
That's a fact.
We didn't know about a B Dot. There wasn't a B Dot. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%. Yeah.
As far as the general public was concerned, you know what I'm saying? And you know, so definitely feel like he reached his evolution. At, you know, Bravo said that he's definitely down to go square up with how. So
I like that.
So, you know,
I like that.
See when we can.
That's a big test too.
Now, mind you, also say this was the first judge battle that we've had on Southpaw that was not around the bet. This is for the beginning of the statistics that we will start. You know, we'll start applying Stat Central to Southpaw.
The stat age.
The stat
era.
we're going to be, there will be champions in Southpaw. And we're beginning that process of transitioning into that era. So there's a lot of great things content wise coming from Southpaw. And I'm excited to see MCs transitioning over from the Rap Elite Cypher to the battle realm. And hopefully we'll see some go the other way, but it's definitely a great mesh that we have going on between the two right now.
Amen.
I think that covers it. Tone did hit me back.
Yeah, you see that?
He said he's been watching.
He was watching the whole time. I didn't even look at the messages. Come on, Tone.
Let's see if we can get him on.
Tony Red.
Rossetti said he let the lack of crowd reaction get to him. Definitely a learning experience.
That happens. Yeah, that happens.
Especially for an entertaining battler that that type of performance.
Yeah.
A lot of what they need is that crowd reaction. That's changed how URL is,
but I mean,
are successful on URL right now to a great extent.
But that does make sense when you think about when we were talking about Rossetti earlier, the sort of MC that he is. He's a puncher. So he knows and writes for the reaction, the oohs and ahs, right? And so if you don't get that, it can be distracting. But that's just something you just learn to just like.
It takes out of the energy of. I've been there. I've where you have a sleepy crowd. This wasn't a sleepy crowd. It's just the setting didn't.
But see, this is the thing that happens though, as like when sometimes when we write our battles, right? In our head, we're like, oh, that's going to get a lot of reaction. Right. And you practice with the pauses, right? And so if you practice with the pause, and you don't get the pause or the reaction when it happens in real life, that can throw you off. So all you have to do with that is just make sure you don't practice with the pauses, because I've been guilty of practicing with pauses before.
For sure.
So,
and that's definitely, trying to get Tone on here real quick, and then we get on our way. We done had a few more signups.
Nice.
Since we've been doing the show.
Hey.
It looks like, we're probably gonna max out within the 24-hour time frame again.
Let's go.
Shout out to the MCs, man.
Facts.
Shout out the MCs that want to get busy, man.
Facts.
Shout out to them.
A lot of, and I'm still working on sweetening the MVP pot. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say, the indie MCs in the city, especially if you feel like
I'm gonna throw a couple hundred in that pot, man.
Oh, hey, you know what? That's things that we started last year that we ended up stopping. Let's do that. Let's bring that GoFundMe back. We're gonna bring that GoFundMe back. Yes.
Yes.
Let's do that. Gonna do that. So I'll get that started. But I also there's a couple other things that I want to do that just opportunity wise that will that the MVPs the MVP will be able to take advantage of. So I'm be doing some networking for y'all so that once one of the things about our MVPs, we want them to be able to hit the ground running. We want them to be able to do things and for to impact their careers in different ways, so that's always our goal. And we'll continue to do that for all of our MCs. But especially our MVPs and those that are in the MVP club, we'll always be looking to do different things for you guys throughout the longevity of the platform. You know, hold on one second. Yeah, so I mean, I can tell that, you know, I can tell that Tone Red has a different level of focus about, you know, what he's trying to do. I can tell that he has MVP on his mind. Speaking of Tone Red, he is now entering the chat.
Hey,
what's up, man?
Tony Red.
Oh, he's muted. Yo,
yeah.
yo.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Welcome.
Congrats, champ.
Yes, congrats.
Hey, where my picture at? I can't see myself.
So your video now.
Let's do start video.
Yeah, click the screen and it should be a video and unmute. Yep.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, all right. What up?
What up, champ?
What up?
So give us the you know, the rundown of what your approach was to this particular episode. I know you were talking a lot in the chat, you know what I'm saying, about what you was going to do, which is not out of the norm for Tone Red. That's the typical Tone Red.
Yeah.
But I felt like there was a little bit of an increased focus on this particular episode and what you executed with. Can you say that was the case, or or did you feel like you approached it the same way you always do?
Nah, you right. You know what I'm saying? Like, approaching this joint with Jad different cause got down, like, you know, the history of what then went down with motherfucking Rapper League. So it was just like, I was looking at who was in it, John. I was like, man, I'm finna kill all these niggas. So I was like, fuck it. I just went hard.
Yeah.
And then when the jump got pushed back, you know what I'm saying? Then like, man, they was saying they weren't gonna be there. I ain't want to do the jump because I was like, shit, if Trig and all them ain't gonna be in the jump, I don't want to be in the jump. You know what I mean?
Right.
When it got pushed back, I just was like, oh shit, man. So I just started doing this shit. And I was like, man, I'm finna kill these niggas.
Nah, you definitely came in with that. Oh no, go ahead.
Nah, I wanted to ask about your thoughts in your prep for the sudden death round, and what made you this time take that extra step to prepare. Like, it seemed like just as much for the sudden death as you did for the first round.
That was cause like I said, cause of previous experience, you know what I'm saying? And I know I go into sudden death and I be killing it, but then like if I don't go the whole time limit, then I don't win. And I'm like, shit. So I like, shit, I just come up with 1,000 bars and I just keep going for 1,000 bars. You can't stop it. You know
you know what? Honestly, this was what I've been waiting for from Tone Red. You know what I'm saying? I know you feel like you're like, yo, this is what I've been given, but I feel like when you see it, even when you see it back, I feel like you'll say, like, there's episodes that you have been in sudden death before, that if this was your sudden death round, you would have won those episodes too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it wasn't like a thing where you won this episode because Basic or somebody or Vintage or somebody else wasn't in it. I feel like this sudden death performance would have beaten a Basic sudden death performance, a Vintage sudden death.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just a back to back.
The bars just kept coming. on in this sudden death. There's been other sudden deaths where the bars didn't hit as hard as the first round,
Right.
but like this time, it's like they might have hit harder in the sudden death.
They
than
did.
they did in the first. Like it's like it went up a level in the sudden death.
Hey, you right, because you lucky you stopped me, because they got even better than that if I would have kept going.
Yo, I was weak in there. I ain't gonna hold you. I was weak, yo. When he hit the Melvin joint, I was done, yo. I was done, yo.
Crazy. Like, I was like, oh, he cutting up for real. Like,
yeah, that was different right there. Yo.
But yeah, that's what it was though. It was basically like, I like shit. I'm gonna go on this bitch prepared for, like, if it was a basic and a Will Young and vintage in there, like I'm gonna just keep going, like. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, 1,000 bars. I could have went 1,000 bars.
And you know, and to be honest, I'll say it's a good thing that you did prepare like that, yo, because Key's speech won't playing around either, yo. Like,
right.
Like, had you not come that way, then he would have won the sudden death. But it's like you came prepared for a full out war. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it paid off that you were prepared that way.
Right.
Definitely. Like, and I mean, and it's funny because, you know, it's like you can tell that Key's speech came with the idea of like, yo, I want to be that next guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he did come with that intention. You know what I'm saying? And
without a doubt,
his purpose, he would have beat a lot of people that day. But you brought a whole different level. So I'll ask this. You're already locked in for the next one. Or is MVP on your mind? Is that something that's just, you know, is that a focus of yours, or you just kind of, you know, taking it month by month? What's your objective like right now?
Nah, you can sign me up for all them Jones, man. I'm being all them bitches. I'm gonna win MVP, VIP, all that shit. hey, what a beat at? I need the beat though, cause
yeah.
I'm locked in, man. Hey, I'm gonna come kill all them James the same way. Believe that. I got a lot of shit I'm working on too, but nah.
And that's what I always try to tell.
About to ask.
Yeah, like it's always when you're gonna be active on Rap Elite, especially when you're gonna be performing at a high level, man. It's perfect time to be, you know, putting your music out, because it's a lot. It is a lot of eyes on you. It's a lot. It does come with a lot of, you know, at least local fanfare. But the reality is, you know, once that your clip gets done, like, you know, we're working on trying to make sure the audio is great with the footage.
Thanks.
All of that is elevated this year, so we don't have to worry about not being able to display, you know, these performances on different platforms. So that performance that you put on, at least your first round, definitely going to World MC. I'm pretty sure that they'll be posting that. So that like, you know, these are different things that come along with this.
So, Kid, let me just ask real quick. You was mentioning the stuff that you're working on. Did you have anything that you want to talk about music-wise that might be coming up, or that people can look out for or check for?
Yeah, I got a new album coming out. It's called the Pandemic album. You know what I'm saying? I think one feature on there. That's Big Style. That's the single that's out now.
That's what
I'm saying. We're shooting a video in 2 weeks for that. So then we're gonna put the video out, and then shortly right after that, the Pandemic album will come out. That's just special. Y'all gonna love that. Yeah, I'm proud.
Make sure we get that video too, man, for the episode. When else we can include it.
Yeah.
I think what's the girl name that's shooting the video? What's she go by? There's a female out right now that's like shooting mad people videos.
I think I know.
Diff. I think she go by Diff.
Yeah, Diff. Yeah.
She's shooting a video.
Nah, she's dope.
I'm gonna have to tap in.
Yeah,
different.
That over as soon as I get it.
For, Illa, she shoots for Illa. You seen it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The one where he had with Mo.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yep, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's coming out, and I got another project I'm working on with High Frederick. He done produced for Cameron. He was on Purple Haze too. He produced on there. Yeah, the Bedroom Wizard. You know what I'm saying? So I got a project I'm working on with him too. That coming soon, and then after that, you know, me and Noah gonna put the joint together. So you know, Charles Dub gonna be in there. So yeah.
Yeah, busy.
Yeah,
busy.
And then he'll
That's
rap
what's
lead
up.
all year, so it's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, so let me ask you this: do you write every day?
Nah, I mean,
Okay.
Man, nah, shit. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
when I say write, I don't even necessarily mean like a full verse, right? Like I write every day, all day, but it's just like a line here, a line there, some thoughts. I just put stuff in my notes and stuff like that.
That's automatic.
But I figured with that many projects, it's like a thing was like you constantly thinking of stuff, or might think of something and jot it down.
Nah, I don't jot it down, but I've been thinking all day long. Like I don't write on the paper. I can't, man. I don't know why. I just can't, man. I can't.
Yeah.
So
nah, that's cool.
But I'm with you though. I be all day long like, shit, man. Yeah. And that's how I do the rap elite jam, cause like I'll be at work and I just, man, I come up with like 50 bars in my head, like boom, and then like rap elite out the way. So, but then I gotta remember that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole goddamn process. But hey, you gotta be good for it, you know what I mean?
Are you gonna be taking advantage of Rap Elite Madness, or you opting out of that?
Nah, I ain't fucking with y'all, man. I'm gonna let OZ win that one. I ain't fucking about OZ on that. Hey, but I do look forward to every week seeing that. One thing about that, give you something to look forward to every Sunday. You know what I mean? The new videos drop, and then you get to vote on them shit. So I fuck with it. I mean, I would get in it, but I already know OZ gonna win that shit, man. He got too many friends.
I don't know that he's getting in it. I haven't heard anything from him about wanting to get in it this time. So I don't know.
Oh shit. Hold on. Maybe I will get in. That's my nigga. I'm gonna text that nigga right now. Tell him send you the goddamn invite. Goddamn.
Yeah, man. Tell him tap in, go for the back to back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's his shit. He got to get in that jam.
So we're gonna see.
Yeah, I like the Rap Elite Madness though.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? It definitely is a lot of fun. It brings a lot of people to the platform that don't typically, peek in. You know what I'm saying? So you start hearing it be talked about on different platforms, Facebook and stuff like that, where wouldn't necessarily be the topic of conversation. So I'm excited about it going on while we're actually active doing the open cipher and doing everything else that we're doing, as opposed to it just being just that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like to see both things kind of go on at the same time. I think the energy is going to be crazy this year. I think we're going to have a lot.
Yeah, because last time, the first time you did it was like right when the pandemic hit.
Right, everything was.
Niggas didn't know what to do and everything. Right. Yeah. Right. Out with that, John.
Yeah. So this time, just because it was such a popular thing, even though we're back in the building, might as well keep that energy and just give, we're gonna do a couple other things. I some other resources and stuff like that, with allowing multiple people on the IG live. So I think we want to start doing some song battles and stuff like that, some beat battles and stuff like that too. I think if that's something that artists and MCs are interested in, I think that would be something that would be real cool to do. But yeah, we're gonna keep it fun. There's some other things too. We're working with World MC on some things that'll be revealed soon. So
yeah, you have reached out to me about one of them, John.
Yeah. So it's definitely a lot of things going on. A lot of things that's going to be going on with the platform. We're looking forward to Tone Red being involved in, and everybody that's watching. Any last words from Tone Red before we close this out?
Nah, I'm finna come and smoke them niggas. This ain't nothing. Another day, I'm finna smoke all them niggas. You line them up, I'ma smoke them. Hey, Spielberg, what's up, my nigga? You ain't talking? What happening?
Bro, I'm chilling. What's up?
You ain't got no question for the champ, nigga. Me and Spielberg was talking. I told him, I said, Spill, I knew I was gonna win this joint. He said I did too.
I seen it, cuz.
My nigga.
Yeah, he was out there, bro. I was like, oh shit, he's snapping.
But yeah, man, nah, ain't nothing. I'm fucking with y'all, man. I'm gonna come in there and smoke everybody. Ain't nothing. Same old shit. So just get ready for more motherfucking bars, my nigga.
That's what we looking forward to. And
yes, sir.
Once again, Tone Red, that's his second hoodie. And I'm sure it's not gonna be his last. It's up to the MCs watching to prevent it from happening. It's up to y'all. If y'all, I hope one of the things I want to always say to the MCs that are involved in the cipher, and you see these guys, you see the guys that win, is important. One, it's definitely important to listen to what we're saying in the recap, because we definitely give y'all some cheat codes, cheat codes and shit like that. But it's very important to study the field and study the MCs that are successful and are winning, these ciphers, because there's not necessarily the same thing that they do, but there's a certain level of where they take it. You know what I'm saying? That it separates them from the pack. And it's within each MC to tap into that level of their style, of your own style, and tap into that level and take it to that particular. And so, salute to everybody that's tapped in, that's writing, that's pushing their pen. Just don't settle, man. Don't settle for any level of the bars. Like, you can push yourself further. Push yourself further. If you feel like, you got to get uncomfortable for you. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you know what I mean? Like, because if not, you just gonna be unhappy, bro. Like, you gonna be unhappy until you push yourself past that limit. You know what I'm saying? And I think every MC that's been consistently successful will tell you that they had to push themselves beyond the limit that they wanted to push themselves to, or that they thought they had to push themselves to. And everyone that does it pretty much gets, they just do. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Any last words from Nicholas F. or Spielberg?
I was gonna say, great job this month, guys. Like, that's all, man. Looking forward to hearing more.
Yeah, man. Salute to everybody, man.
Oh, one thing, I see Money Waters in the chat. One of the things that's going to happen at the next episode too, Bakari Kennedy versus Money Waters. Let's talk about that real quick. That's a grudge match that has spilled out from their interaction in the chat. Shit talking back and forth has led to them basically having a rivalry now that's going to be settled in 3 rounds at the next episode. Tone, since we got you with us, what's your prediction? How do you see that going? What's your opinion on that battle?
I was checking both of them out. Pause. You know what I'm saying? At the jank, and the young dude, that's the Bakari dude.
Mm-hmm.
He nice. Money Waters is nice. For them to battle now, looking at both of their styles, it's jive weird, like, because Money Waters gonna bring it, you know what I mean, like jive, like I be bringing it, and young boy, he just laid back, smooth talk with it, you know what I'm saying. So it's jive gonna be crazy. Like, I don't think they really match up in the battle, but if you ask me for a winner right now, I'm probably leaning towards Money Waters, because I think he's gonna be more aggressive with it. And dude gonna be laid back. So if he can bring that laid back style and bring more like action with the laid backness, then they make it a match. Other than that, I think he's gonna drag him, Shaw.
I can definitely understand that take. I think that Bakari has the better pen from what we've seen, but I definitely do think that Money Waters has the energy that comes with battle rap. That seems to be a little more natural to him than I've seen come from Bakari Kennedy. So it's a clash from that perspective. It just depends upon whether or not in any given moment you can see some things happen, because Money Waters' pen ain't no slouch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So don't get me wrong there. So you can always see his pen, and then you don't know how their pen translates to battle rap.
And that's the thing about punchers. He's a puncher. So like any punch could knock you out, you know, so.
I agree.
And if he's throwing a lot of them, he's throwing them every 2 and 4 bars, shit's going to start connecting, so.
Yeah, so young dude going to have to come with a more than just a laid back.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to. I'm hoping that his laid back approach to the prize battle was because they just were matched up and there wasn't any type of, you know, there wasn't any type of rivalry there. You know what I'm saying? So there wasn't anything for him to be, you know, but he called Money Waters out. You know what I'm saying? He's the one, he put that energy out there. You know what I'm saying? That he talked a lot of shit. So I would imagine that his aggression should be leveled up significantly more for this battle. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, definitely a huge size difference between the two individuals. You know what I'm saying? So,
they call that nigga Newport lips.
He did call it, man, Newport.
It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be some smoke.
I can't wait for it, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be some smoke. It's gonna be some smoke. These dudes been talking cash shit.
I like that.
It's been going on for a while, and to think a whole new chat gonna get started, and they gonna
be right back in it.
I can't wait. Start that bitch up. I'm ready.
And so they definitely gonna be talking shit off.
Yep. Hey, what's up with the beat though?
I'm gonna send it to you now.
Okay. I didn't want you to forget that. All right, what y'all think about the battle?
Spielberg. What you think?
Man, I think Bakari gonna come with some shit, bro.
Okay.
I like his pen. He's crazy, and I can only say that because I listen to his albums and the way he writes. You know, from doing, you know, playing the music on live and shit. So, dude's dope. He's dope, and I think he really gonna push his pen with this energy.
Yeah.
He gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna lean on the side of the person with a little bit more experience. And so I think and this is going because I haven't seen Money Waters in a battle yet. And so I think if Bakari has a chance to look at his footage before he goes into this next one and assess himself, and then come to the table different, I think he could have the advantage going into the battle. So
we just got somebody from West Virginia that just signed up for the Cypher.
Damn.
Fire.
Salute to you.
I mean,
come all the way down here, get your ass whooped.
Yes.
Hey, here's what it is.
Hey.
I don't discriminate.
The hills have eyes. The hills have eyes. That's hilarious, God.
That's Tone Red, man. Like, and, you know, that's the energy, though. You know, that's the energy, and it's funny because I don't know what happened to like people like Rich Uncle. We had people that didn't show up. You know, I want to say this about those that didn't show up. If there was something going on in your life, I'm praying for you. Hope that everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you just didn't show up, just because you just didn't show up, you know, one, you're taking away from the opportunity of people that do want to sign up for this and want to take it seriously. And two, you're hurting the draft teams like bad, you know. So Name Brand and who else? I think
was it hip hop?
No, it wasn't hip hop. I can't remember. Oh, Eric Jackson. Team Jackson, Team Name Brand definitely took some L's behind that, you know, makes it a little difficult for them to catch up in the field. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to definitely get some wins soon to get. But it's just, you know, I would say if you sign up for it, man, you know, try to make your best. I remember Rich Uncle, he you know, when he was couldn't make it because of the snow, you know what I'm saying? So one of the reasons why we postponed it because folks couldn't make it in the snow. So hopefully everything's all right with him and with our other MCs that were not able to make it to this particular event. And hopefully we hear from them and we'll get them back in the future. But yeah, if you're gonna sign up, same thing with Rapidly Madness. If you're gonna sign up, make sure that you're gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna push your pen. But other than that, man, I appreciate you brothers for taking the time out to recap this episode. You know, we're gonna make these recap episodes more involved. We'll probably try to get our team coach winners involved with the interviews, but definitely always going to interview our champion. So I'm glad we were able to get Tone Red up here, and I imagine that Tone Red is looking to get a seat in the panel regularly.
Just on the show.
Be in the panel, you know.
Oh, I'm trying to get it out. Yeah.
Gonna be a regular, so you know, if you're gonna get your hoodie game up, get your commentary skill, you know, plan for your commentary, you know what I'm saying, get your Stephen A on. But yeah, no, I appreciate everybody that tuned in. This will be on the YouTube channel if anybody that didn't catch it live, and we'll see y'all on April 11th for episode 28.